Rami Ataya Mi Sogi Chonam La Chanchu Padu Dani Jasuji Tagi Sonangi Dola Venje Sanje Dubara Sho Sogi Chonam La Chanchu Padu Dani Jasuji Tagi Sogi Sonam Sanje Dubara Sho Chonala Janjova Dundane Gasuchi Tagi Chinso Sanje Duva Shu.
Kasan cheat kare kasan cheat.
I need notes. Kasan Tigre. I think what's the verse number? 70 something, right? 80? 80. Yusum Gyawa Kungi Dojila Namba Gese Domba Judamchi.
But Yusum Gyawa Yusum Gyawa Tamji Jobachi Belams Namda Gese to the Judamchi.
So if you look at the verse number 80, it says restraining the mind with bodhisattva vows, right? Is the one path traveled by Buddhas of all three times. Rinpoche wants to spend some time and talk about what is bodhisattva vows. If you look at the printout, so I make a little mistake here. I put like a Tibetan, I was supposed to go like Tibetan on one side and English on the other side, right? I have like a board on other side, on the English side. I have like a Tibetan on the top and the English in the bottom. Just ignore first one, two, the number 18. Okay, this is a Tibetan actually. English side on the right side.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be English, but I put both English and Tibetan here. You just ignore the first 18.
Okay.
There's a Tibetan.
That's changes in the number the lane to Kindes and that day. Number Chan Number Singi Chogelin to Chiche Jubat Singi Chogelin to Niadis.
So bodhisattva vows, there are two kinds of bodhisattva vows. One is called aspiration level of bodhisattva vows and the engagement level of bodhisattva vows. And that these two can be taken separately. And there's a ceremony how you take these two. You can just take aspiration the bodhisattva vows or just or both aspiration and engagement bodhisattva vows. So
Members in the Chogal in Jutita on Dorti Jabina Sanjay Cheta Choji Chonamla, Janju Patu Tani Chitagi Jinsuki, the Tonum, Rola Penja Sanjay to the show Sati, Sarsunde, Tati Karasuria. Thank Dundulingi in the third doing in Angala Lama Java set that you should never check. That you do the Nicha to do dinner. Sanjay Chutan said, Lansum is soon to do some sugar name by Sadi.
So the first bodhisattva vows, aspiration level of bodhisattva vows, you can take formally. You can call it formally, or the choga. Choga means the sometimes they call ceremony. The ceremony, take it, that kind of ceremony, or you can make a ceremony. Anyway, so if you wanted to take it the easiest way, so you just recite 4 lines, the refuge and bodhicitta prayers. Sanghya Chodasana, that means that I go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I become Buddha. And in order to do that, I wish or I wanted to engage in the Bodhisattva's way of life or Bodhisattva practices, 6 perfection, generosity, and so on. Therefore, small, the short 1 verse prayer, right? You can just recite that. If you just recite that, you're taking aspiration Bodhisattva vows, aspiration level Bodhisattva vows. When you take this, imagine you're sitting right in front of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas from the 10 directions, and they're being witnessed when you take these vows in front of them. You just recite this the line, the verse, and take this vow. You can take these vows by doing that, just simply doing that.
Sangye Chodan Tsoge Chonumla, Chenjupa, Dani Kepsu Chis at the Jamdu Tije, Tambagi Tenle, Jamdu Kuya, Jamdu Tije. Dagi Jinsu gave a ton, says Dagi Jinsu said Dinalani, Jimbali give us. Ni Kumbali give us. Ni Tsujumi give us. Dakanji Dinala, just Pajitu Dinan Duty, Dagi Jinsu give a son kissing, Dagi Jimbati, Joe Memory. Jimba shooting server thing the share other the Dagi Jinso give a son Dagi Jimba Dami Sunum that tennis again. When it the Dagi Chauso give a son in case and the Dagi Chats a son in case. Sunum give Dagi Chats Jinso give a son. Rolla pinch the Sanjay to the show, draw a pendy to the chito. Red pended to the chisel, Sanji to go back to a show,
So when you recite this verse, refuge and bodhicitta prayers, the first 2 lines are taking refuge. This is important for bodhisattva vows. Before we take bodhisattva vows, so we need to create a basis for bodhisattva vows. So that will be your refuge practice or refuge vows. So on top of that, based on refuge vows, you can add on bodhisattva vows. Yeah, so that's why you take refuge vows before bodhisattva vows. So that serves as a foundation or the basis for the other vows. So when you say that I go for refuge Buddha and Dharma until I become a Buddha, so this is a refuge practice. And the second 2 lines says, by doing my practice of the generosity and so on, accumulating merit by doing practice of generosity and so on. Okay? So that could be that could be many things. So when you practice 6 perfections, so when we practice generosity, we accumulate merit through that kind of practice of generosity. When you do practice of morality, you accumulate merit by doing practice of morality, and so on. It goes on to have this is perfections. Okay, and then the sometimes you can change that line. So if you're doing a prostration, specifically you're doing a prostration practice, when you do this education, so you can say by accumulating my merit by doing prostration. So you can insert any virtuous act in that instead of saying practice of generosity and so forth. Specifically, you can recite, say out loud whatever you're doing at the moment, any virtuous act. Okay, you can change that. Then when you do this, then of course this is still aspiration level. You wish to accumulate merit by doing all these virtues, something that you can use it for your enlightened state, something that can actually create causes for your enlightened state. This is actually just aspiration level.
Oh, that name. You are under Sangi Chotan Dungu Yerbas, Kununjuyala. 동의 주도 상계 주도들도 다기 chuy니 기베스 chuy니 그 다기 chuy니 기베스는 네 로알라 펜데도 상계 더 쇼시 네 chuy니 다기 chuy니 기베스는 최시 신이 있는 다기 최시 기베스는 이게 로알라 펜데도 상계 있구나 쇼스제는 이지야 공유주고
So then, if you are aware that beginning of every teaching, every class, we recite this line, Sangye Chöro Tsugi Chonamla. That means I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, so on, right? So when we do this beginning of every class, so as a listener, you said that by whatever the virtues that accumulate through by listening these teachings. As a teacher, they said by giving these teachings. So this is how you change, how you insert your act or virtuous action. You change that. So then, when we say that, so whatever you do afterwards, so all of this becomes the causes or conditions for our. Since we have make that prayer, that intention in the beginning of our every class, so then all of these causes becomes causes. All of this act become causes and conditions for our future enlightenment of Buddhahood.
That is the Susu Kandi Chigini, Dal Kandi Jive Sunamki, and the well attended to the Chitu controversial. The Seattle, and each made Pivine, Darby Chuma Pibes, Sunamki, Rolla Pages and Yepublication, Roll up Nambroa Tamje, Yam Tabe, Maybe Yam Tabe, Roas in Jetambia, tended to the chip, and you go on to the shows. That is.
So then in the Tibetan verse, you can alternate the third line in a different ways. You can change, you can modify that according to your practice. So for instance, if you're making a light offering, then you can say merit that accumulate through my light offerings and so on, dedicate to you can I will dedicate for my enlightenment in order to liberate sentient beings from suffering, something like that, right? So you can do that, and then if you are doing a sadhana practice or the daily practices, at the beginning of that you can say by doing my daily practices or my whatever I accumulate merit through my daily practice or my sadhana, I will dedicate for that. You can change that too.
That means Dagi Chin give us a dinner, Kanga Yari, Alhamdulillah. When Dagi Chudim soon said Chudim the Soju Pone Chudim Yari, when I'm Chudim. Ani Machimba and Papone, Chudim Yari. Chudim, Ani Shiava Loyan Bambe, Chudim. But in my Chudim, Jim Mamawe Chudim. Mama Jibe Chudim, that Maranduli Yarba. What is Dali Chin so say, so Bernada. Chudim soon gets the deletene, and this survey, Marandu Sabasiati, Najilin, Jiman in the Sabasiati, Ram never did the Tambatella, yeah. Congremajevice, Delipa, Nene Majevati, Subasierva. Ya, Tunge Dane, Subas, Chile, Chilling, Chilling, very close to Mekanim Chigriva. Going to down the line, Chilling, Tunge Dane, Subasierva, the Subaraya. Many to do Chela Gashi Toshin to Ching Guardian Brain, the little biscuit. What do you stand by the herba? What do you take the swimming to say? Nandu Kangayari swimming.
Jimba can understand now.
Yeah,
Jimba.
Jimbati. Chida Chuba Pine Davichi, so give us swimming say to Yari. Chubatilla. Ani Tone Kumne Jimbayari. Tone Kumne, Ranga Kumne Kumne, 리담은지 제가想当然第二吧，当然工作，准备人那样的，你去个去为那的准备人那样的，我的，我的准备些。
So you will find standard prayers is like accumulating merit to practice of generosity and so forth, so on, or etc. Right? It includes all the other parameters, 6 perfections. So this is more standard because when we, for instance, if you do this the prayer beginning of your class, so the nature of this practice has all this practice of perfection of six perfections, 6 parameters. So when we come here for listening to these teachings, so normally we do practice, for instance, generosity, how we do actually practice of generosity by listening to these Dharma teachings. So we do Tonglen practice. So Tonglen practice is part of generosity. And if you come to this practice, like this tea class, making a little offerings to Buddha, so this also becomes part of your practice of generosity. This is giving, right? Generosity. And in practice of morality is like we have taken all these vows.
잠바 공야대 잠배 짐바임바 잠바 공야대 잠배 짐바리 아니 가르쳐 그래 아 최치제지 점지 만에를 지도에 대신제 당지 지 고야를 랑 코드 선제 만부 주의가 제 도술의 퇴배 지도 만에 된배이나 So
the practice of giving is like you said that even reciting a mantra can be a practice of generosity. So imagine all sentient beings can hear your voice, and they can by hearing your voice of this mantra or these practices and the sadhana and so on. So then they can gain some happiness. So if you think that this is giving love, and love, so then there's many practices you can do with this the giving to others, right? And then the practice of morality. So practice of morality, we have taken all these vows not to commit 10 non-virtuous actions and so on. So when we are sitting in the class, so we are actually refraining or restraining from all this act at the moment. And this is actually you can consider as a practice of morality. You have the vows, and you are not doing all this, and this is this is actually a practice of morality. And practice of patience is like when you're sitting in the class, sometimes you feel uncomfortable, and then sometimes you go through like the pain, the body pain, sort of like, and the uneasy kind of like feelings and so on. So if you endure all this pain instead of doing the class, so that all this practice can be a practice of patience with your sufferings, right? And then the joyful effort. Yes, a joyful effort is like if you engage in that act, listen to teachings with joyful, that kind of feeling. So that can be a practice of joyful effort, and same to the others two practices. So that's why in the beginning of this prayer, we can actually say practice of doing generosity and so on. So because that actually includes all the other parameters when we come to this class and sitting in this class, listening to this teaching. That's why this is totally fine if we say the merit that accumulate through practice of generosity and so on.
산지초도 좀 잔디가도 나는 다리 진수기에 쓰는 돌아핀 생기도 쇼시에 동북을 돌려 주와 따라서 이 동북을 돌려 주와이 디 말씀드리지 디 두시다 되는 말씀이 초계수야 디제비는 동북을 돌려 숨바 따르지
So this prayer is originated from Buddha's scripture. It's called Dongbokgoba. Dongbokgoba means 동북급에서는 갈 수가 없죠.
동부 써야 돼.
동부 들어와.
응.
동부 써야 돼요.
이그 말씀 동북급에
동북급도
도지다.
It's a sutra. It's something to in the name of the sutra. I'm trying to find the name of the sutra. It said something like the sutra of, I won't say tree, but tree, something to do with sutra with tree. The tree. Yeah, are you familiar with this kind of sutra? Anyway, so this prayer is from that sutra. And that sutra, according to that sutra, by reciting this line, this prayer, this, when you recite this prayer, it said that you are taking bodhisattva vows. Okay?
다티네. 디네 찍기라 디리 셈기주지 아니 동북급에도 이제 전주쯤 상길마도 송어를 잡고 이제 양을 아마 저세는 제한테 다티네 예수님 이제 다산기 최다 저기 저는 다산기 그걸 예수 다티 산기 최도 맞지 님을 예수 되고 동버티 말씀 초간에 보이나 님을 산기 최도 말씀데 참을래 산기 최도 말씀데
The QC Domba Leonas.
예수인데 남기도 제 산지 저도 저는 전주부터 다는 게 다르게 저기 무슨 돌아핀데 산지 또 쇼스 제발 전주 말씀 초계수는 게 봐야 말이야. 말씀 초계수는 말씀과 뒤에는 땡기 부분을 지금 중요한 거라 저거 세제 이슈가 매버제 아니 차숨체니 아니 뒤 산지 저도 예수 되면 뒤에는 아니 제선 되서나 다 무슨 초간에 해시게 뒤제서나 아니 년에 숨다 세번 예수 산지 추들마 튜브를 되는
거. Okay. So it's said that if you have taken bodhisattva vows, you're supposed to refresh that vows 3 times during the day and 3 times during the night. Okay, during the night, right? 3 times. And then when we said that you need to retake, sort of like refresh, I would say refresh, or restore your vows, 3 times during the day, 3 times during the night. But then when you intend to do that practice, so you cannot just simply recite those 4 lines. Okay? You have to do 3 prostrations. Okay, first 3 prostrations, and sit properly and think, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas from the 10 directions present in front of you, and you are reciting, you're taking these vows in front of them. You need to make that formal kind of act. Yeah? So that when you do this 3 times during the day and 3 times during the night, so normally we recite 3 times, we recite 3 times all together for the day and for the night, right, together. But anyway, so when you do this, you need to carry out in that manner, formal. You need to make a formal kind of act, taking these vows. So then if you do this is actually, you can fulfill one of your bodhisattva vows.
That junjune shepherdine, namju, Tindunali, Vateri. Mirachata, so get to me if you have a you will see G, but let you check. The vegetable dinners from the Sangha Motor. So we chairman of Swan, he said to Lansum, that the Sangha Chodomatic Churtilla, Tundunagi, City Lansum, Dembayana, but you do next year, but nice Jenny, Mercy Chogalim.
So when you do this prayer, this one stanza or one verse prayer of this taking bodhisattva vows, this is according to that sutra. Okay, that sutra. You just simply recite these 4 lines. This is efficient enough to take bodhisattva vows. Yeah. If you wanted to carry out according to the Chandakritis, what's the Junju, entering to the middle way.
먼저 준주나를 거셔버디 준주나를 거셔.
So I think it's called Bodhichaya Tara. Yes, Bodhichaya Tara. So this is where we take that tradition into a six session Guru Yoga. If you look at the six session Guru Yoga, that the vows, taking vows is according to the text, Chandakritis, entering to the middle way. Okay, in that text it said that I will take these vows. So I what the curse again? Lama just
두근 시시지.
두근 시시지가 돌리칠.
두근 시시지가 돌리가 탐제 시버 코아다. 시와 아니 양대비 지벌에 그래치도 두근 시시지가 돌리치. 저의 전주도 돌리신. 갱내 숨지 상계 마도가. 다리내 숨지 상계 마도
속이 채입니다.
속이 채입니다. 속이.
So you can see there's a little bit differences. He said now, literature. If you're familiar with this prayer, you will understand. So, but he's saying, literature means in order to liberate all the sentient beings from the samsara existence, okay, and the state of mental peace, right? Peace. This is samsara and peace. If you go like easy, right? Samsara and peace. In order to liberate all sentient beings from samsara and peace. And then the second reason is in order to become a Buddha by myself. Okay, these are the two reasons. There are two reasons. Okay, one, liberate all sentient beings from the samsara and the peace, and another reason is for me to become a Buddha. Yeah, if you put it simple way, and do the same. Okay, that kind of mind, that kind of intention. Okay. That kind of mind. So that kind of intention or that kind of mind, I will hold until I become a Buddha. Okay. So then, even if it costs my life, I will still keep it. So this is how you take vows in that tradition.
Okay? That is. Daddy. Daddy. Nama. Nya. Member Sinjudan, Juba singing that Jitu Nembaina. Kunjo Samla Taji, Tibatam Jesu, some regular Sanji and Yuki Sung. Sanji Chuta, Jola, Sanji and Yuki Sung, Sijuta. Then do teach everything. Janju and the Tomba, Mijuniga. Sanji Chuta, Sanji Chuta.
Better to turn them out to the lab and say, winner. Better to turn them out to see. Particularly cover the two now, Yoruba.
Yeah.
And that's part of the session to use that. So you can take the aspiration level of bodhicitta vows and engagement bodhicitta vows all together. Again, you can find this prayer in the six session Guru Yoga. So Ramesh is reading from Konjo Sona Daji, I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Konjo Sona Daji, I will purify all of my negativities individually or together. Individually and all together. Okay, so sharp, something like that. Then I will rejoice in others' virtuous act or actions, right? Actions, and so on. Okay. This is how you take all these together, two vows at the same time.
That it is. This animation showing into the Niduga or need to check. Cheated to do now to check. Cheating the Sanji Chudama.
So anyway, so there's two ways to take aspiration bodhisattva's vow, right? Aspiration level of bodhisattva vows. So one that you find in six session Guru Yoga, something related to the Chandakirti's entry into the middle way, and the one you'll find I mean, the one that is we do normally beginning of the class, Sangha Chusama, that is actually related to the Sutra of Buddha. Okay, something you can find in Sutra, Buddha Sutra.
다티체 다데네 주바찬 주동년 주디 주 주심네 주바찬 주sem 자 주동년 주디 다디네 춘주나리나 주동년 주디 춘주나리바 소게 쳔메 라마게와 세자는 다르 군바도 제다는 기티시 전주 중에 제가 진주 정말 대단히 신내봤다 다이어트를 편집이 제주 생기
So now next, then how you take engagement Bodhisattva vows. Again, you will find this practice in six session Guru Yoga, and begins with the Lama Java Session. I'll make it really short. Okay, just like Lama, Buddhas from 10 direction. Please pay attention to me. And then all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, how they actually carry their practices, how they become practice through this, how they become Buddha through these practices. I, as myself, will follow the same steps in order to become a Buddha. If you make it very short, something like that. This is how you do in six session Guru Yoga.
군주스는 너네 시에는 나 시제베이나 다들 tunju 나게들이 전주 침대
So this practice is something we do in the Chandakirtis, the entrance to the middle way, in that tradition.
다디네 다양 돌레 셰브 차이나 군주스나 다이 그바든 저희 상제 주다 주조라 천조바도 다이 시티네 전주 생의 기회들이 전주 초기 생의 기회이겠네 신제 탐제 다그 정도니 전주 주주의 기회이 어디 전주 생의 돈발이 주디
어디 가면 소래?
군주스나
군주스나 다이
다 기회들이 예배 지와 그냥 시간만 좀 뒤로다 이시제
Okay. So then again, there's another tradition from that sutra, how you take engagement level of Bodhisattva vows. Again, he said that I go for refugee Buddha and Dharma and Sangha and so on, go down. And they said, in order to fulfill my needs and other needs, okay, so then I will develop that kind of the bodhicitta vows, bodhisattva vows, okay. Then once I've taken these vows, I will engage into 6 parameters practices, and in order to become a Buddha, goes like this. Means I will invite entire sentient being as my guest. Okay, then I develop my enlightenment. What's it? I will develop the wish to achieve the enlightened state, Buddhahood. Okay, if you go elaborate that. So in order to do that, I'll go for dollar pension sangha drobasho. So in order to liberate sentience, I'll go for refuge. I don't know. I'll take the Bodhisattva vows. Okay.
다디네 다디 아니 그래서 그래 무슨 초계내나 무슨 초계내나 아니 랍제들 나비 취시세제 나비 취시 반야 가비 취시랑야 세제
무슨 집으로
무슨 초계내나
주세 말어
말이
네 가래라 냠내르베
랍자
and if you just take aspiration level of Bodhisattva vows, So there are labja. Labja means conducts or practices or advice, something like that. So there are labja chushiro, nabu chushiro.
那不去是
So
棒，
you yes. So you
那不
are
去是浪，
so you are subject to abandon, or you should abandon for black deeds, and then the nabu chushi, yeah, for black deeds. If you translate it literally, it's a nabu means black. Okay, for black deeds, and you should undertake practice sort of like for white deeds. Okay.
他的那不去是罗做的，他的人，他那不去是那当不的，那么的现在见了陆生的，我国是军械的，那么的现在见了，陆国上面，你军械的，那不去是那当不的是。
So the first one is lying. Okay, lying. You shouldn't lie. So lying here refers to you should not lying or dishonest. You can whatever you can say, or deceiving. It's many things in that. In that, it means don't deceive your lama, and then same thing. Don't lie to your lama. Don't what's it? Dishonest with your lama. Lama and Yundenjin means someone who has realized the high level of kind of cities. That means someone who has realizations, okay, spiritual kind of realizations. So don't lie to them, don't dishonest with them.
that is not true. Then, 先去结巴了，结巴没巴了，去几个吧，现在去见的，结巴没个几，去几个吧，这几呢，可能结巴结就说呢，这几个嘛，这也不嘛的，这边呢，结巴结就说呢，你这那不去几，
Java came out you bro.
嗯
Java came out you bro.
嗯，
So
先去结巴了。
listen. So then the second one is don't let other people, other practitioners, feel guilty about their practice. Okay, so that means we should not give them wrong advice, and if they are doing virtuous deeds, virtuous practice, stuff like that. So don't give them any advice, or don't kind of like derive them from like that kind of practices. How do you say it in English? So don't let them feel guilty about their practices. Yeah, that means like you're giving like a bunch of like advices and stuff like that. You you'll cause them to develop some kind of doubts on their practices, stuff like that. So don't do that.
that is 第七代用不着的，这主要嘛的是，主要嘛的这也不样嘛的是，你那个你可这个就会记住吧吧，可就会记住呢，到底这个没有意思的上，就会记住呢，你先去结巴了，就会记住吧是要用不着吧，到底这你看到你忙不用不着。 去地结果的是，地结果嘛的，去地结果的地结果嘛的是，地结果呢，或者结果嘛的是，那么大家现在跟这个什么有个这个吧，或者他感觉去了，看到你忙不要了吧，去就看到你就是结束就你可以结果结束呢，结果结束就呗，你把地用不要的，讲究个什么？
So this kind of act can be occur very easily. You said easily because it could be because of your own view or your own kind of if I put it like a very simple English, you say it's maybe it was something that against your taste, something like that. Okay, so that means like if someone are doing some practices, it could be other tradition or other practices. Of course, these are or all of these are virtuous act. But if it was so, uh, if you don't agree with that kind of traditions or that kind of practices, but you should not discourage them, take them out of that kind of tradition. Don't let them feel something wrong with their tradition. Stuff like that can happen very easily. It happens due to our own, feeling or our own taste or our own choice. Okay, if something is doing like different than your choice, so we feel this is wrong, but we should not let them feel the same how we feel towards their traditions. Yeah? So then let them do their practice. Don't don't cause them to develop some kind of doubts. Sorry, doubts on their practice.
다때네 대진도 싶어 장생라 세상이 녀바 미녀바 줘봐 더 전주 sembal은 미녀바 줘서나 아니 녀 장생이 납제지의 개인
특징이 취하라 가서 미냐 특징이 취하라.
대진이 취를 싶어 전주 sembal라 아니 녀미
예미
취
쉽게 말했어요.
나서나
And you should not criticize someone who is practicing Mahayanas. Okay, Mahayana, right? So that means it could be a bodhisattva, or it just could be a person who has strong feeling towards Mahayana practices and stuff like that. Or you should not, because since you have taken bodhisattva vows, this aspiration level of bodhisattva vows, you should not criticize them because of that practice.
다때는 이제 디 전주 sembal인바 하고 말봐 전주 sem발 하고 위해서 가사술이네 시장 군이라는 얘기 지금에 디 가사 전주 sem발 추비나 아니 자신도 좀 되게 예버 친구야 어디에 사는지 술이야 시장 군이라는 얘기 지금에
So then, for us, it is safer not to criticize anybody. So we don't know who is a bodhisattva, who is actually practicing Mahayana and stuff like that. We don't know, right? So that's why to make it safe, in order to keep your vows purely, not against your vows or the aspiration level of bodhisattva vows. So don't criticize anybody. It will be the safest way to keep your vows.
드네 샘젤라 유튜브 녀를 줘봐서도 전부 맞제봐 샘젤라 전부 많이 봐 제수나 다 이어서 다 주세야지 이어서야지 랑이 녀바디 바레체도 신다지 전부 맞제야 이거 봐 네 주세야지 총어럽지 개뒤네 지단 교수야디 베나 총어럽지 개기네 총어럽지 개비네 뭐냐베 베네 딜레야 디지스 포간 파우지 유스야디 제 파우지네 마테 자비나 교수야 지단 제다 상라 유규 제가 시주던가 주제버스는 디 가르스고데 먼저 자마치 유세 제르바 호텔이 자마치 유세를 듣니마 카테 지니마 중국어바 자마치 유세를 자마치 매르제 두스제베는 교수님이 되래 그래서 제 간제 전부 많이 버제스나 선제를 전부 많이 버제스나 아니 유규 제베니 봐세지
So then the last one is don't deceive any sentient beings. Okay, sentient beings. So that means in Tibetan we have two kinds, yo, you. Okay, yo, you. There are two different ways to deceive others. Like yo means hiding your mistake, okay, your faults, and just still pretending you are perfect, or not making any mistakes. Showing them, even though you committed you make some mistakes, so you're showing them that you haven't done anything wrong, something like that. This is one way to deceive other others or other sentient beings, right? And the gu means the classic example for that is if you are selling something for somebody, then they use scale, right? Scale, right? Let's say if it is supposed to be a pound in weight, right? Right? And if you mess with the scale, then you can show them you're giving them a pound or whatever it is, like it's the same weight, but it's not. Like it's cutting some out of that object, right? This is called you. Okay, you. No, you're not providing full something you're supposed to provide other sentient things, something like that. Yep. This is the classic example of how you can deceive other people, other sentient beings.
mean cheating, right?
You can call cheating, yes, cheating, yes.
But
Cheating.
not hiding your mistake. You don't go and tell people this is what I did, right? If you make a mistake, you just don't talk about it. Right?
Okay.
You're not hiding them.
Right. You're not hiding, but you're not sure. I'm just saying here. I'm just saying. 他本来就想呢，哟，写就了，所以说让人家把的让人卷的白来了哇，那让人卷的白来，看得起了我，没了马些吧的人，所以卷起来呢，没了下个路嘛了啥？
哎，让个有卷的白呀切都先了呀，怕去隔壁接了吧，他们没接了吧，所以接不赢不了，快点的接送是那不行没呢，但不今年都可能是你了不接。
叔叔个弄的没了写过要嘛了是不？
哎，
叔叔个弄的这个都没了写过要嘛了是
这样嘛的，叔叔呢弄的现在怕，
叔叔弄的没了那个给开吧要嘛了是？
呀。对，先就是弄的先怕搞出呢，全部嘛这边吧，就是弄的就是当着两个吧，这年的季节的，可全部可以接送是那个人呢，你怕现在的这边吧，你全部嘛这边吧。
So here, hiding your mistake is mainly talking about if you make something, if you made some kind of mistake, right? So then instead of accepting that, you actually blame on others.
Oh.
So you tell like other they did it, So then you kind of like manipulate all this situation and make that seems like someone else did it. If you did it, this is actually deceiving. This kind of hiding, hiding your mistake.
呀，是你把的写过嘛的你，是你把的等着的这几个人呢，你怕隔壁给他们去接受呢，这个样就接不了吧？长不嘛接不了，是你把的怕写都过嘛的吧？因为呀，是你把的等着的去接呢，这个就对他们去接呢，是你把的怕隔壁给他们去接受呢。
So yes, of course you don't need to show your mistakes to other people. You don't need to do that, right? But sometimes if your mistake causes pain or problems to other, so then if they try to find out who actually caused that problem because of your mistake, right? Problem. And if they're trying to find out that, so if you realize that, so then in order to them not to find that, so if you hide, if you hide that, this is also hiding your mistake. But it's not necessarily you have to tell them, but if they're about to find it, you should not hide it from that, something like that.
제 장부 말이 예버든 지금인데도네 나디 나라 주마소스 제베인 장부 제로 이 마제비제 되고 이 예버디 파카리아 제도 자와 신다 제베인 이 장부 마인다스라
Okay, so if you put it into very simple, let's say like if you make a mistake, right, cause problems to others, right? Then if they're trying to fix it. So then you are the one actually who can fix that, right? Fix that. So then instead of doing that, instead of taking that responsibility, so then if you engage in second action to cover that, okay, cover that situation. So that is called deceiving or that kind of thing, or the hiding your mistake.
어때네 장부 다 간제 장부 지야 돼 장부 지도 좀 받아 그냥 예버 수수 예버를 제버니 그냥 예버티 제수나서는 다음도 나온 거 같아 장부 지도 때 장부 맞으면다 예버티 다음도는 말아 다 장부 제장
So in overall, it means be honest with others, right? If someone blamed you because you did something wrong, so you should accept that, and you should fix that, right? So, but not accepting your own mistake is also hiding your faults or mistake. Yeah, this is wrong.
아, 다들 다 까비 취시들이 시신도 주의되네 방아스들 다 단지기 라마다 연대진라 고고담버티 임바
그 독주시들이야,
이 년부터라 다 시신도 주의되네 방아 시신도 주의 방아서 우리 미슈지게 마시나 그는 미지디 कुमारजी इम्बेना कुमा इम्बा माशिना ते कुमा मारे सिलेक्स ने को जुन कुमारवा जुन सिंह ते शेषे दुने ची अनि करे सुवे रान खेमे अरे तिंडे विचितो
마지막 말했어.
나 주시그를 빼나 어디 시신도 준비해야지 마시나 아니 구마 임바라 구마 마이스 구마 마리스라야디 구마 임바 마시나 구마 마리스라스네 티고 준비시라 주메베 그래서네 컨디시 교육이야
So the now the four black deeds, right? Like this napuchu, black phenomena or black deeds, are actually right opposite of these four white deeds, right? Okay, the first one is lying, right? Lying. So then be honest. Then the opposite of that is be honest. The lying, in the Tibetan writing, it goes like abandon. Okay, abandon. The lying. What's it? Abandoning. How is it lying? Okay, lying. Anyway, so lying, like so you're supposed to abandon like lying, right? You're not supposed to say lie. Okay, so that lie has to be intentionally. Okay, intentionally. Otherwise, we sometimes we lie unintentionally. So that is totally fine. Okay, totally fine. That means like for instance, giving an example like if you don't know if someone loses something or some object, if someone steals it from them, so then if they ask you, right, is this the guy who actually stole from me, right? Is the thief who took it from me? Then you may say no, okay, because you don't know he was actually the person who took that object from that person, right? You will say no, but that is lying. But that is not lying. What else say? It's not intentionally. I don't know how to say in English. It's not like like on purpose. You didn't do it on purpose. Okay, that kind of that you should not do that kind of lying on purpose, like on purpose lying, something like that. Okay.
다시 다는 가중이
You understand? 하고 맞았어, 니.
아들이 시신도
谢谢都，你嘛那个谢嘛，这个因为嘛有的那个臭的话就下个用的。谢谢都 means
他不信都
谢谢 谢谢都 means like intentionally. Yeah, okay. In
那
don't lie intentionally, sort of something like that.
매직이 삼나 전에 잘라지 수수모드나 루비나 잘라 연결지 붙이 치디나 루샤스는 겐도 루 얘는 메시그를 봐 그게 여기 하고야 말아 메시그를 봐 이제 그 주인 말아 봐 그게 현다고 디나 루샤버려 봐 다디나 저는 잘라든지
Yeah. Okay, let me just give another example. I say, if someone puts something in your car, like I said, like in your trunk, right? In your trunk, and someone saw it. Okay, someone like second person saw it, and then later on, the person will tell you like, you have my things in your car. Okay, you will say, I don't have it, right? I don't have it, but you have it. The object's in your car, right? In your car, but it seems like it's a lie.
매스럽나 주리게 말해
주리게
타고게 말해
말세 세월 시신도 주 말했어.
시신도 주 말해
그래서
그 주 말해 봐. 이 주에 있는 여버테 수수하고네. 아니 매스럽서는 주려 봐.
So okay, so let's
그 생각이 되지 주 샤버리 여버테 하고게 말해. 매스럽도 그 주리게 말해.
So you are not actually aware of that object being in your car, right? And then when you say you don't have it, it is wrong. I would say it is wrong. It's wrong, right? You have it. It's wrong. But that is not lying, something like lying, okay? Lying has to be, you have to carry out, here, this lying, you need to do it like intentional, on purpose. If you make that, what you call act. So then this called like you're not supposed to do that kind of action with intentionally or like on purposely.
What about white lies?
White lies, I think it's still lie.
Still lie.
White lie. I don't know. We have white lies in Tibetan. And this is consola the white lie says your penna. 지기도 제스나 콜라야 마빈시에바이나 콜 펜토고 콜 펜토 랑레 펜토고 근데 마빈이 시에요다 마빈 처음에 줬는데
되게
이 마빈 레베스 거래 다디 가르쳐 거래 얘네 30도 시고로
이 추억이 날래야래 그래서네 샴바지기 되다지 대인구이나 되다지 수수통 아니 통네 되다지 되네 dos 말아버체 되네 dos 슬람네 코디 nomba티 되네 그걸 봐시 세그래 봐 아니 되네 로마 숨 슬라베이나 이 나와야래 이 주마이스 그랬으면 그
甚至说代表去的인사를 왜
说
代表去的인사를 왜
그 계획을 지도 뒤져버 봐 어디 주마이스
But
anyway,
in the scripture, it said that if you do a certain type of white lie, it is not considered as negative karma. Okay? For instance, if a hunter chasing a prey or a deer or something like that, right? Chasing after that, so then you saw that deer went that one direction. when the hunter asks you, "Did you see that?" You can tell them like it's going the other direction. Okay? Went to the other direction, right? So if you say that this is a lie, but this is exceptional, that kind of white lie is exceptional because you're protecting a sentient being.
To the kind of motivation.
I don't know.
딜레들이 더 주인이냐 중기녀가 매스지.
So this is you need to make a distinguish. You said that it is a line, but it doesn't have a line karma.
Not hurting anything.
Do you think it's not hurting? I think it's hurting the hunter. 거기서 생제 수준 내고 말했어. 생제 수준 내고면 도와서. 내가 말 니네 보지 걸 다가서 샴바도 내려 와래.
어리. 어디네다? 디네 아까지 지들이 전주 선발에 덤베 두시 샤네. 그런 나빠 저 내가 나빠 줘야지. 연다도 팀에 나빠 줘야지. 아니 가르치지. 디단지디 전주 선발라 아니 민이바 시다고 내한테 민이 나와지.
이 숨바들도 니버리 교박게. 니버리 교박셔. 교박게 주의죠. 신기들. And 숨바딩에 나가. 숨바딩에 나가. Okay, now the opposite of the third one. Third one is criticize.
나주디. 덤바 니 그래서 나주 그래서 가주 담보 들어봐. 시신도 좀 나왔지마.
어디지?
다 가주 니버들 세바게 이제 유금해 봐. 담보지야 디마. 아래 데리 윤규르베.
교박매 봤어야 돼. 니버리 교박매 봤었다기. 아니 그 투충이 전에 걔만 아니 이게 택진라 내면지야 되게 송 들라가. Okay. So the third one is criticizing bodhisattvas, right? Instead of criticizing bodhisattvas, we should see bodhisattva as an actual Buddha and try to. So then we should feel, and see means like we should feel all the bodhisattva as Buddha. Okay, we need to change that perception towards the Buddha, bodhisattvas. And also, you need to praise them. Okay, praise them means like they have lots of qualities, spiritual kind of qualities. And then you need to understand that, realize that, understand that, and you need to say out loud their qualities. That means like praising them, praising with their qualities, good qualities.
아니 가르소리 전주 선발 담배 두시게 됐어야 되지만
Deduce.
다디 지신 처제발한 겨밖에도 주바 제바 디 가르치들 디 로초 가르치디 랑기 멤버 제베 랑기 가사디 멤버 제베 체 전주 선 가르소 장 전주가 semla goba jan panjil sala goba de tawshi je jerba rangi member chibe senje nam gobe janju joro ase tati shen joba ke tu ti docho ti joba meba sanji ge sala senje tamje sanji ge sala gobe cheba ti isi.
So then the opposite of the second one is causing other practitioners develop some doubts on their practices, right? Okay, so opposite of that is, so you should, force them to engage in bodhisattva's practices, and that means like you have to force them to push towards enlightened state. get enlightened instead. That means like, encourage them to do Dharma practices, stuff like that. Yes.
어디 가주시래서나.
지금 하수 유주 세대.
어디디 유세디.
신든 유주 세대.
유기매바 셈 장부지야.
장부지야.
셈제 탐제라 유기매바 셈 장부지야들라. 니디 이게 나치디 야 유기제 셈제라 유기제바 지야르바. 보면 집에 지야르바. 어디기 딜렌도베도 저디 셈제라 유기매바 장부지바디 가주.
So then the last one is not being dishonest with other sentient beings, not deceiving other sentient beings. Means like placing your mind in a straight line, sort of like a straight line, not leaning towards either side. And being honest with all other sentient beings. Same means mind. Tangbo means straight, right? Straight. No, straight, not like having all these crooked things, stuff like that. Okay? So that means like don't be dishonest with sentient beings. Don't deceive them.
다디 다디 교신도 전주고 있습니다. 내저에 체도스니 그 가비 출시 때문에 교신도 전주고 있습니다. 저 체도 So if you carry out these practices, if you be aware or be mindful on what are the four black and the white the deeds of this part of the vows, right? So there's a significant effect of that. So if you do these practices, it said that in the future lives you will not get separate with bodhicitta mind. That's it. That's it. The nursing. These are the practices that comes into the part of the aspiration level of bodhicitta's vows. Okay, aspiration is. That's the 육신이라 전주선배 들이 육신비 전주선배 돈벌라 손에 뒤다 게임이 받들래 서둔 주게세야지 다디 다주시면 그 전주선배 그 몇선도 육신기 계제야 말 전주선배 돈벌람 점이 들어와 네 와 알았어. So now you will see there okay, 18 types of bodhisattva vows. Here's the bodhisattva vows, the 18 root downfalls. So yeah, 18 root downfalls. Okay. That's it. Nyambatu kutila chane susula tebe chesuna datu sige. So again, you will find this practice in 6th session Guru Yoga. Again, part of the vows in the last part of the 6th session Guru Yoga, right? So again, this starts with number 1. If you look at number 1, it says praising myself and battling others, right? Yeah. Praising myself means praising yourself praising yourself in order to gain something from others. Okay, so you intend to gain something from others with that kind of intention. If you praise yourself, that is break one of the downfall of the bodhisattva's vow. That means so the battling others means like criticizing others, right? Criticizing others, same intention. If you have that same intention,
So then if you criticize other, so these are these are two one. These are together. Okay? Praising yourself and this is battling others, right? So then you shouldn't do it out, intention of gaining something from others.
다 채널 메데세 처음에 대봐서 처음이 진짜 처음에 대봐다 너를 대봐 신이야.
So churnor meter means that I'm not sharing my wealth or not sharing my wealth and dharma and the dharma. Okay, there's two things we are supposed to share with other sentient beings. It could be your wealth and your dharma.
아지. 다들 좀 전에 시작하는 있으니까 지 randā gāwārīb jī jōngsūne tā anī tī pācchō tī kī rāme shāparīb jēsūne tā kirān tī nē khasā jī kirān māyīmbā lōparīb jī jēshā tī kirān jī māyīmbā jēsūns anī tī kirān tī pā māsā silab sūna tī tāng tū lēng gu gāyā 지전에 아니 거지 semtang 제로 이 맞을 제 단도 큰들이 순서가下降民인세下降民예가 되는데
Person number three, shakyamuni is just not forgiving even if others apologize, right? Apologize. If someone did something to you, something wrong, okay, something wrong did to you, so then if they come forward and ask for seeking apologize or the what's it forgiveness, right? You should give them you should give them forgiveness from the bottom of your heart. Yeah, it's not like just saying verbally, showing your nice gesture or face or something like that. The bottom of your heart means so when they ask for that, or you should give them forgiveness for your heart means you should not develop any sense of hatred. Eliminate any sense of hatred towards the sentient beings.
下降民意，那提进帮我当时，提不前辈去的北京没准备，这东西了多，当局在那准备这东西，也不这个东西，这东西不得了，提不前辈去那么大百姓没准备这东西对吧？下降民意提进帮我说的。
推荐帮我看看。
다 티베 준비 chen number 다바티 파베샤 메tumba 쟤는 메tumba 쟤 디제스네 티지봉 왔어요
얼음 시는 medium 받으래. 델레 디티샤. 태진이 출라야 태진이 출라야 더 바사 왔어 티시데. 인지시티 나와. Anyway, so the fourth one is as doubting and denying the Mahayana, right? Mahayana. And the Rinpoche reading from that text, look at that text. That means denying Mahayana. Teaching means you could be denying Mahayana or hiding Mahayana practice. So that means like a not
no. 일리니도 되는데. 저도 시바들이야. 아니 티베트 준비 출 넘버 다바 베이징 메든 바에 저도 지제. 출 다른 나 된대. 저도 이 제도 지방인 수가.
Okay, anyway, so according to this text, which is reading, here it said, denying the Mahayana or the hiding Mahayana, not showing to other people, the other beings in this tradition, this practice. And also, there are two ways to do that. One, not showing them, right? And another one is showing them wrong path, presenting them as a Mahayana practice and showing them in front of them. So this is also one of the downfall, the fourth downfall. Yeah.
다시 대바진비치 넘버 답한테 배는 매든 바치제 야 대바진비치 많이 받아 대바진비치를 따나돼서나 어때 디니지 디지봉
So yeah, abandoning Mahayana means like not showing Mahayana practice to other, and then the showing them a wrong Mahayana kind of practice.
다디제 예시시원에 다디네 군주 샤이드면 디지봉 군주 골초스 다고 군주 숨기 골초가 초배 판바스
The fifth one is taking offerings intended for the triple jewels, three triple jewels, yeah, three ratnas or three refuge.
아니 샤이드면 디지봉
Konjo kodo shubung omito.
말이야 다디 디지 다자도 주반이 잘할까 이만 내봐 상기 수행하는 시 제외 남배 추 남배 판바스 시작점이 티진 보았을 때 다들 시험이제
Shandor meditation.
메디르제
Shagyamini.
최 메디르 노르 메디르
Meditation. Shagyamini.
시작점이 세디
Che. Tegjin pong.
공아바디르바
Tison. Sumbadire.
시작점이지
Dadwe sheme de jikche. Chonor meditation niche. Shagyamini se sumche. Tegjin pong wada shiche. Delesasta. Tegjin pong wada. Konjo koto se ngache. Konjo. Chobung omi chose. Chobung se chuparisha.
야
Chobung se chuparido. Dido chupa chobung la sunsa tu.
근데 출봉을 진도배
Do
얘는 군주 고조 세대
konjo koto se ngabarisha. Chobung wadi chuparisha.
아니 되는 때에 이거지
Nibadi chonor miter se.
처음에 되었어요
Chonor miter chiglarisha. Chiglasha.
아니 처음에 되었을 티버진 비배버디 내든 봐서 아니 다나든 봐서
아니. 그래서
디니미디
쉬면 들어가지.
처음에 되었기는
아래. 난 다들 대신 뻥왔어야 돼.
뒤집어서 세대 뒤에도가
가르도.
군주 숨지 거를 쳐봤던 제 저도 그 계획과 때만 내봐 디니 상기의 숨매는 없이 계획과
두바로.
응
두바디 건 초봉 라이드도.
최고리
언들 초봉. 두바리샤.
제가 때때 니도가 전번 저 다나든 봐서 지제
아니 네네 가서 책임 뻥왔어야 돼 가르쳐.
뒤집어서 세대
도저 뻥왔는데 춤 다나도 춤 맞대 받다 다나도 받다.
뒤집어서 다들 신의 채널 메디테이션
신
아니
다들 신의 직체와 채널 메디테이션 샤자미니 대신 뻥왔어야 돼.
다들 신의 채널 메디테이션 뒤집어서 다 디레서
대신 뻥도 두번 말해. 대신 뻥도 시발해. 다들 신의 직체 채널 메디테이션 니체 대조심에 처음에 샤자미니세 직체 숨바체 대신 뻥와서 시체 나 건조 고조서 ngache 뭐 도좀 파는 건조 고조서 nga다 그때 나가도 다 채널 메디테이션 되려야 대진이 배추 배바다 마덴 바다 가서 너버 때마다 체 다 건조 고조서
군주 거쳐서 때 군주 숨기 거쳐서
저바지 다 건조 고조 초봉세 초봉세
군주 고통
Chupong, Momito, so Chupong.
출봉 세주가 이나는 티버침에 출봉 세주
아니, 대보치면 Chupong, 대보치면 Chupong.
나도 두번이 야외가 대만 내봐 나 팀이 상지 숨내는 시계를
방어, 대봐. 그래서 언제 드시 다가 레셔. 레셔 다가 레셔.
가던데 출봉 봐
Okay, so that the six, and we're trying to, number six has like a different orders, so we try to figure it out. Anyway, number six, abandoning the dharma. Yeah, abandoning the dharma means abandoning the Mahayana practice, yeah? And saying Mahayana practice is not Buddha's teachings, Buddha's his own words. Yeah? So that's what we abandon them. So this is abandoning dharma. Teaching Chopin was oral. Yes.
다 김버디 취재다 추진된 때문에 눈이 초바다 저러 주바스 다디
So
티진 본다 군주 고로
more mutual.
미초
More mutual. Yes, yes.
어떤 미초 세디 그냥 추진 쳐와당 추진된 때문에 니가 그걸 몸이 있어서부터 초바다 아니 저를 주소나 디디 몸이 초세디
Yes.
동안
Okay, now move down to 7. I see 19 and 6 session blue yellow, so skip that. Ignore that. 7, disrobing, right? Disrobing monks and nuns. So that means like there are two kinds of nuns and monks and nuns, right? And one monks and nuns, they have pure vows and all these ordained vows. Okay, and some of them has broken all these, all these vows. Okay, there are two kinds. First of all, right, and then if you disrobe either one, okay, either one of them, so then you are committing one of the downfall from here. So that could be like, so you're forced them to take out their robes and force them, throw them into a jail, and so stuff like that. So these are, so the disrobing, one of the downfalls, 7 downfall.
다 나도 디지스마 다자도 제바 참행하지
Something like that.
한바
So the 8th one is easy. I think committing one of the 5 heinous crimes or 5 heinous, something they call karma. Crimes, okay, crimes. Yeah.
참행하다 로다 정서 좀 쓰지 로다 쓰지 다디 생각지다 아니 군주 손에서부터 매버다 왔더라 로다 쓰지
Locked up, what? Then the 9th, holding distorted views, means not believing in reincarnations, like the future and next lives.
다디니 저도 주바디 롱다 롱지라 소바 롱소 좀 세디 롱다 롱지라 소바 내집에 반바시 내집
Okay. So then this 10th one is easier, destroying places such as town. Okay. Just destroying entire town and stuff like that.
참행하다 로다
독장.
마장 뚱이 된다 조장도 다디 로마장 발라 동반이 따와 된수나 아니 마장 뚱이 된다 저도
So then the 11th one is teaching voidness to those untrained. Okay, someone who is not mature enough for that kind of teachings, we are not supposed to present that kind of teachings to them.
그래서 로마장은 동반이를 자네는 맨날 동부비에 봐. 또디 제사 로자 마차 심지어가 동반이는 때부터 했어요. 로마장에 teaching logingi tingni도 그디 teaching the Pamba City, but the Jushin anne did dirty. Some Lochunala, Jivaluchunla, Tuni, some dainty. Done, member Tundu Pamba City.
So the 11th one is teaching avoidance to those untrained means, let's say if someone is who has very strong aspiration or the what aspiration, yes, aspiration towards Mahayana, okay, Mahayana, right, Mahayana practices, and then if they are not kind of like well trained or well mature on that kind of practices. If you show them practice of voidness or the emptiness, practice and then the teachings on emptiness, so there's a danger that they could actually abandon Mahayana practice. They can actually cause them to abandon Mahayana practices. That's why we should not show them teaching, emptiness teaching, if they are not ready for that.
That in Susu Tabetamba, Pane, Pont to Jube. That Susu Tabetamba did in the Sanji Yukuba to Marie.
아마 니버디 기슈 중립 가래. 마장 똥이 된다. 독상 슬라무스다.
Zojanto said it.
독상 said
Did Zojanti. Juni, but teaching lodging to meet purity, teaching the Doba. That Tibet Change Sember of Jet, Telia, Tibet Chimbo said it, Sanji Kukamari, Tibet Chimbo City, Sanji Chikata Mitumbaris J. In the Lemmy, any Timile, Sanji treated Muneti Timber treated race. Still cinema, timid and daughter Josana.
Okay, now the 12th, discouraging others from full enlightenment. Yeah, I think discouraging others from full enlightenment. Yes, everything like together here. And so that means we don't cause Mahayana practitioners, Mahayana practitioners don't cause them to fall into lower vehicle. That means, and so when someone's doing Mahayana practices and telling them like Mahayana practice is not a Buddhist practice, and the real Buddha, is not Buddha intended kind of practices, sort of like that, and giving them some reasons in why it's not a valid Buddha's teachings and stuff like that. And if you cause them to develop some kind of the what you call doubt, or and then the pulling them to do another practice like a lower vehicle and so on. So this is how you causing them to degrade sort of like their practices.
Yeah, that is Shash. That is Jordash.
Okay, any questions? So battery is going down, so let me recharge. The battery size. Okay, any questions? Yes.
Jine Magare.
Do. Yeah, go ahead.
So you said that for the monks and nuns who broken the vows,
Okay.
it's a downfall for us to put them in jail, but there's people who commit crimes, but we should let them be above the law and not do anything, like abusing people and things like that.
Oh, okay. You mean being as a monk, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
monks and nuns
Okay.
that can abuse people, can do all kind of bad things, and we just
Oh,
put them
okay.
in jail.
Yes.
because it's a
Okay.
downfall.
That's a good question. Yeah. Tabar this one, tanda penetration na chu ngurmi talk say jero. Ngurmi talk say di kana chen la juba dan de la ro da chawa chen lu. Penetration chawa kashi pe duja yo resa. Mi se da man da chi resa. Ko chen lu ju ma re si wo da ka chi wo resi wo.
Chanju Sember Tomba Manor did never do.
just change some bit don't buy not that chuchuwa maro. Right. Okay, let me say if you don't have bodhisattva vows, you're fine. If you have a bodhisattva vows, they're against your vows. Say that. Now you make judgment, I guess.
So when you break your bodhisattva vows, do it and then come back.
그래서 동안은 룩사. 전주 선배가 너무 똥주세요. 전주 선배 너무 양불 내주 렌션 뒤로서.
Really? That's never to pass out.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Let me say. Just throw them into jail, right? And come back and purify that and retake your vows. Okay. Yeah.
With regards to not taking from the trip to Gem, sometimes I see objects and I think maybe the Chinese stole it from a monastery years ago. And so now if I buy it and take it and use it, is it still a stolen object that was taken?
You're exchanging with your money though, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you know. this was the pension combating your resa. Combating the chala pisha in your resa. The combat matong resa. Matong in your resa. But the concho quarter revesi. No, that is not actually downfall, one of downfalls. Chopa means rock or not steel. Steel, yes, steel. Chopa means. Yeah, so in Tibetan it's a chopa. Chopa could many things, like you're taking it, taking it without giving to you, right? And you're taking it without exchanging with like same value, something like that. Anyway, yeah, chopa means that. This is when you exchange with your money, so that is not actually chopa. No, chopa means not stealing from, not taking, just taking from them.
So for abandoning the Dharma, Rinpoche had mentioned discrediting the Mahayana, but it's also true for the Hinayana if we were to disparage the Hinayana.
Oh, okay.
As well.
Then this is Chopong Sejura, Chopong Sedi, penetration Tilakarsa Taijingi Chopong was, what Taijingi Chopong me, Ma Tamel the Sawa and Sewara. Tadi Tamel Jartu Revesa, Tamel is Zolaya, the member of Chirin Nizelani, Chopong the Revesi.
Member is in the children.
Because of the dinner Chopong said the regular
That's
was
the Janju Sembala James and Janju in the Tibetan Daniel Genchen, teachers, could TJ point.
So of course if you discredit or the Hinayana practice, that is abandoning Dharma. No, it's abandoning Dharma. But here when we say according to this, the what you call these vows, right? Downfalls. This specifically refers to Mahayana. Okay, and they were saying again, abandoning any type of Dharma and any discrediting any Dharma teachings and Dharma practices or Buddhist, I don't know how to say, Buddhist practices, any practice anyway, like any practices, any practices, chur, like chur means like any practices, religion, you can say religion, chur means, any practices is actually what you call abandoning Dharma.
Then TJ wants said that even
So, but here specifically talking about Mahayana teachings, abandoning Mahayana teachings. Yeah.
So I've had questions for years about this one prayer and where to insert it. So I'm really glad Rinpoche's talking about this today. There's the 4-line prayer, right? Which includes aspirational bodhicitta.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then there's the other prayer, which some part of it comes, I think, from Shanti Deva, but it's the with the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to Buddha Dharma and Sangha, and then as long as space remains, as long as sentient beings are. So like I think maybe His Holiness combined those. I'm not sure.
Oh.
You know which prayer I'm talking about?
Okay.
So, I mean, the prayer is, with the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the, and then it ends with as long as space remains. Is that kind of the same aspirational bodhicitta prayer as that 4-line? Like, could you interchange those?
답변은 this was under the 저런 지금 주디 남기도 할사. 선제 담지 할사. 할사데. under the members engage the gen직 송다 할사데.
members engage.
members engage the 가서디 리난 준준난 members engage 연주시와 데. 저런 지디 쉬운 남기도 데 가서.
디리.
가서디.
데네스 선임받았어.
데레스 상에 모두 소기 체험에서 소인데 말해 신다디. Can you say the first line? I'm trying.
With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge.
Okay. semje tamje toyeche chanjunela gobarge chanjusine gegene chanjushogisine gegene semje tamje dagi dondo nyere sejiwa chanjuju yunje bage dola penche sange dobar shows andini chisi naganne bad so kasa chisi naganne bad dowa chisi nejo this is the name doya dune now shorts 다음에 답을 줄 숨고도 와. 그래서 다 당고 디다 디기 면함 디다 단다 디기 면함 잡단 디다 상계처도 수 전화로 진짜 뭐 남자 수치에서 군이 가서 찍버래 제보 잡치는 지거로 왜 찍버래 왜시버.
네, 디 단디티 전주 쪽에 생기 선제 던제 당 정도 전주 주저인 제비기 세제를 봐. 디 주가 생기 민중이가 지자들은 게 단데 이게 또 이제 멤버스들이 죽어는 게 주가생기 틀린데야 말이야.
So the text you read from your book is actually taking both vows together. Yeah,
Both
together.
aspiration
and the engagement together. The other one, the only 4-line one, the one stanza, I go for refuge to only aspiration.
예, 상기 초동마디 제 아니 드네 소기 치암에다 소환기 세시도가 누구시시 집을 해주지 저번 전주투가 때문에 되네 손대 상기만 소기 치암에다 소환기 세야티 무슨 cambal인 줄이 딩이니까 지금 준준의 시험에 지금 동부 그래도래 딩이 cambal인.
So then they again in the 6th session Guru Yoga up to when you take the vows right from the beginning, it says up to I will not let it go even it costs my life. Okay, here, up to here is taking aspiration level of bodhicitta, same as the other one. Okay, the one you recite from that is taking both together.
다음에 중에 지자도 내야들이 뒤버치다 개버치를 단대서야지 개버들이 뒤버치네 군조스는 이제 뒤버치는 무슨 그렇게 단지진 이지송 세지대 이 메주니가 지자도 내야도 뒤버치.
So the practice, I mean, the prayer you recited, that is actually extensive one, and there's a shorter version for that is. I go for refuge Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I will purify all of my negativities, separately or together, right? Individually or together. Regular Jain was I rejoice in others' virtuous deeds. Then I will hold the enlightened awareness. You can call it awareness, awakened, enlightened mind. This is the short version of taking engagement bodhisattva vows.
다 뒤지 개버지는 상계 전주의 상계 저도 저도 전주 받았다. 내시 뒤에 전주 쪽에
So then, yeah, if you wanted to do extensive one, so followed by that, you can read your text. Okay. That's it. No more questions. Okay. So she begi jongxi me do zhang ri ra ning xi nin de gen ba di san ye xin do mi de bu ba yi ju de nam da xin na jia ba shu yi da ma gu da la ga ni ya da ya ni sen jo ren bo che ma ge pa nang ge ju chi ge ba nyam ba me ba ya gong ne gong do pe wa ra shu Rāve kōve shīngāṃ de pēntāṃ dewa māgī chūngve me chērē sīngwā tēnzīṃ jāsō shāpe sīdē pātū tēnjō chī